Welcome back to Daybreak Extra on Trust TV. Right now, we'll be talking about content creation. That's the future of it, talking about the concept to reality. So, content creation has undergone a significant transformation in recent years with technological advancement and shifting consumer habits, revolutionizing the way that we produce, we consume, and interact with content. So, as we look to the future, the possibilities for content creation are endless with emerging trends like the AI powered storytelling, immersive experiences, and social commerce changing the game. In this discussion, we will explore the entire creation of content and the process from conceptualizing of this concept and reality, that is to the realization of all of this, and examine the innovative strategies, tools, and techniques that are shaping the future of content creation. Now, before I introduce, our guest, I would want you to take a look at one of the work that this person has done. So take a look.
Hey dear, amazing folks of Nigeria. Welcome to today's enlightening journey where we dive into the exciting realm of artificial intelligence, or simply AI. Our spotlight is on Introduction to AI, a game-changing technology that's shaping the world around us. Imagine computers learning and thinking like humans. That's what AI is all about. Now, let's relate this to our lives in Nigeria. Think of AI as your personal assistant, like having someone who understands your needs, preferences, and even local languages. AI is like training your smartphone to understand your voice, your face, and even your favorite masa recipe. It's about teaching computers to be smart and make decisions just like we do. In local terms, AI is like the village elder who knows everyone's story, or the tailor who creates the perfect outfit based on your style. It's tailor-made technology. Picture this. AI starts with data, lots of them. Then, it learns patterns from the data, like recognizing which songs you love. Next, it uses these patterns to make predictions, like suggesting new songs you might enjoy. Let's say you're a farmer in Kaduna. AI can analyze weather data to predict rainfall, helping you decide the best time to plant your crops. It's like having a futuristic rainmaker right at your side. Got it? AI learns from data, predicts outcomes, and assists in smart ways. It's all about learning, predicting, and assisting. Learning, predicting, assisting. Got it? Great. Now, think of all the amazing things AI can help us achieve. From healthcare to education, AI can revolutionize how we diagnose illnesses, increase profits, and even enhance transportation. Nigeria faces challenges like traffic congestion, but with AI-powered traffic analysis, we can optimize routes and save time. AI isn't just tech. It's a tool to tackle our real-world issues. The impact? Oh, it's huge. AI is powering self-driving cars, detecting diseases earlier, and even translating languages instantly. It's like turning dreams into reality through innovation. So, there you have it, our fellow Nigerians, a whirlwind tour of the AI universe. Remember, AI is all about learning, predicting, and assisting, tailored to our needs.
Now, that was a detailed analysis of what AI is. I mean, one thing that Nigerians are a bit confused about is, the technicalities that come with AI. But then our guest is one of the people telling the stories of difficult situation and simplifying it for an average person. We have Suwaiba Abdulrashed Iliyas. She is an intern in medical radiographer, and a multimedia content creator. Good morning. It's good to have you, Suwaiba.
Good morning. It's good to have you.
First of all, I want to even dive into how you just swerved, from medicine, science, deep science, to storytelling. Those are entirely two different situations. So let's just get, how are you transitioning with all of this?
Yes, thank you so much. Just like the way you made mention, how I transitioned from being a medical student down to technology or content creation. Well, it all comes down to what you have in mind. All I have in mind to create value with what I have, with what I know, with the tools we have. And we all have these tools in our phone, but then utilizing it is what is finding us difficult to do that. So at first, I look around my community and I know that there are things that they don't know, which I know. So how will I be able to explain it to them? So I start by creating awareness, making videos and making audios. Notwithstanding, let me tell you, at first I am a very camera shy person. So I think of a way that I can be able to share what I know without even looking at the camera. So the idea of doing the audio content come in play. So I started doing the audio content, and I started with radiography awareness down to tech. The more I get to learn things, the more I try to diversify, because content creation is, I agree, it's all about niching down, but it's still about what you can tell, what you can freely explain to people, and what you know. And it's also about leaving a legacy and making an impact in your community and in your surrounding. So I do it in both Hausa and English language.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the video. We just couldn't play the Hausa, but it was all catchy in all languages. And then the importance is that you decided to use the language. But then one thing that caught my attention is the fact that you said impact, creating impact in your community, which is one thing that we always push for sensitization. So explain to us in general, for someone new to content creation, what does content creation entails, with all of the brainstorming and all the ideas being conceptualized?
Yes, content creation is a simple thing. It's creating content.
Is it simple, Joe?
It's very simple. And what is content? Content can be in a written form, audio form, and video form. And you as a creative, it's your responsibility to know what you can be able to do and what you can be able to give. And this content, creating content, is main on digital, that's on media, the one I do. So think about it this way. What do you want to do? What are you capable of doing? Is it the written content? You can do the written content. Is it the audio content? You can do the audio content. Is it the video content? And when you understand that, then you try to understand what you can be able to give. It's all about finding a solution to a problem we have. So what is the problem that you feel like it's your responsibility to give? You understand?
Interesting.
Yes. So you create content, more of a solution. It can be an educational content, it can be a tutorial, it can be entertainment, but then you find things that we are lacking in our own community and our own surrounding. So that's it in a nutshell. Just create something you can be able to give, something that you can be creative around it. It can be written, audio, or video, using different platforms. We have different platforms at our fingertips. We have the Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, everything. You can utilize that to create content. Content has been in place since before we were born, but then it's not digitally. So now we are transitioning into the digital era. So what are you doing as a person to utilize that? Are you a consumer or a creator?
That's challenging. Are you a consumer or creator? I mean, I'm asking that. I'm asking the viewers that question. Because while we all know that based on what you said, it looks easy. We see content, we watch it just when we finish watching, and people just see it as this is quite easy to make. But you and I know that content creation comes with a bit of complex situation. It comes with a lot of time, holding you back. You have to go research and undo.
Exactly.
How do you, gather your thoughts in all of this chaotic things happening as a content creator?
Well, content creation has its own challenges. And then one thing is it comes to me easy. Yes, I find content all around me.
Of course.
Yes, so it's left for you to look around you and, just like I mentioned, find the problem to create the solution out of the problem. So after finding the problem, the way that you create that content is writing it down and then scripting, doing your research. You cannot just come and make content without doing your research.
Indeed.
You have to read a lot. You have to check out people, what they are talking about, what they are doing around that topic that you want to talk about. And after doing your research, then the filming part. And content creation, especially somebody like me, it's not something that there's someone that will teach you how to do the editing, the filming. You don't know anything about all these technicalities. You have to learn that by yourself. Yes, so I do my research, I learn. We have a lot of resources on YouTube where you learn how to do video editing, where you learn how to do your audios, where you learn how to script. Everything is there on YouTube. So they're the main thing: finding the content, writing it down, then the technicalities, filming, and then maybe finding your gadgets. The more you're into content creation, the more you're trying to make it be on quality over quantity.
Of course, quality and quantity.
Yeah.
Well, you made mention of how you get your innovation from things around you and all of that. What has been the feedback like, before I even dive into some of your work? What has been the feedback like based on your content that you put out there? Are people consuming it, and are you getting a great feedback? And do you think you can continue in that line of storytelling?
Well, that's the motivation behind whatever I'm doing at the moment, because the more people consume my content, the more feedback I get, be it the personal development. In our own surrounding, a lot of young people have this thing in them that they want to share to the world, but then they don't believe in themselves until they see someone doing it. So if they see someone that is within their own reach doing something, they will be like, yes, I know I can do it. So people used to reach out to me, young people, that this thing you're doing, I want to be like you, I want to do this, I want to do that. And one thing again, there was a time where there is flooding in Maiduguri. So I went there, I do an awareness video on flooding, and then how it's linked with climate change and how you can be able to mitigate climate change, you as an individual. So I thought people were not watching, because it's when I started. I thought people were not watching. So while I was walking around in my own neighborhood, there is one guy, he said, so now if I plant a tree, I will help in mitigating climate change. I was, so you watched the video. I felt so happy, because at least one person talk about. So if this person, another person, maybe 10 people plant a tree, imagine how the more 1 to tell 10, 10 to tell others. So we can be able to mitigate climate change using that. So I do get feedback, especially on my videos and my podcast.
That's a beautiful thing. At this point, you're doing the government's job. You're creating awareness.
It's our own responsibility.
Of
Just
course.
like the former regime said, change begins with me, right? Change begins. I totally believe that the government will not change the problem in Nigeria or the world. It's our own responsibility to change that. So if I don't have the financial capability to change it as an individual, how will I be able to change it? I can start changing it by maybe changing people's mindsets, or maybe catching them young, starting with our own young generation, or maybe things around our surroundings, just like the climate change, planting a tree, or maybe, waste refuse. You will go and try to, you can do a lot.
Of course.
A lot. Nigeria is our own country, so it's...
Oh my God, this is amazing. I mean, at a point where young people are not really taken seriously, we have someone like you being a face of youth, as actually doing community service by creating awareness. It's really beautiful. All right, let's talk about this project that we just watched, the AI concept. Can you walk us through how this all of it work, without mentioning the collaboration names and all of that?
Well, this project is for Arewa Ladies for Tech, and then they are doing the project in Kaduna at the moment, and then it's about educating people around AI and other digital technologies. And then it's basically an educational content, just like you heard, is voiceover with animation, which a lot of our people knows of AI, knows of other digital technologies like IoTs and the rest, but then they don't know what it entails. And one good and amazing thing about this project is it both includes English and Hausa, and this is the first AI video in Hausa. Yes, so I really, really vibe with this project because it gives a view, it gives young people view around what AI entails, and we lack information in our own side, so it's more like an eye-opener for young people, because people wants to dive into tech, but they don't know which part of tech they would dive in. So this project gives them like an overview. If it's AI, this is what AI entails. Do you want to dive into AI? If it's VR, virtual reality, if it's IoT, so everything, you will see them like there are many. So just go through them, and yeah, so that's it.
It is really beautiful. You make it sound simple, but in this project that you're going through, have you ever had a difficulty, that while you're doing a particular project, something came up and you found it a very difficult way in order to navigate through that?
I do. This is like my first official voiceover project. I've been doing voiceover, but I did not take it seriously. But this one, coupled with the fact that it's first of its kind, and then I started my internship then. So transitioning from working 8 to 5 in the hospital, and I'll come down and I have to maintain my voice.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I have to maintain my voice, and the editing, the voicing, everything I did it alone. So it's very, very challenging, trust me. It's very challenging. So that is what transpired during the project.
Let's talk about the techniques. You've made mention of the fact that if you want to start, you write and then you find your way of telling the story. But then give us a vivid view of what the techniques are of all the process, when you do your content creation.
Well, the techniques are very easy, just like the way I mentioned scripting. But at first, I don't know anything about scripting. I'll just place my camera, maybe I'll just write the topic and I'll talk freehand, I'll talk, and then I'll come and edit. But along the way, I start researching, because, one thing with content creation is you need to learn one thing every day so that it will have impact in what you're doing, improve. So I watch videos of people and I will see them scripting this and that. I was like, what is this thing? So I try to search around how to script, and then why you script before you do your content, and after that, then the editing. The filming, which the filming, it's on set. If you're doing it sit down video, maybe at home, it's easier, but if you're going outside, it's more hard. Maybe sometimes you need someone to help you. Sometimes you do it alone. Exactly, it's very challenging. So you have to know where and how, the angles that you need. You learn that all along the way. If you said you want to start content creation by knowing everything before you start it, it will be very hard for you. So you will learn that all along the way. After you film, then you come back to edit. What do you need for your editing? For your intros, what do you need? Sometimes editing, you need different softwares. Sometimes you do your intros maybe in Canva, and then your the body of the video maybe in Cap. And then you need to know, if you have a laptop, how will you edit? If you have a smartphone, how will you edit? So people that don't have laptop, don't feel as if you can't start content creation. You just need to get that. You get that along the way. But then trust what you have at the moment. So it's the filming and the platform. Know the platform that you're going to use. Is it YouTube? You have to know how YouTube works. Is it TikTok? You need to know how TikTok works. So you need to learn all the algorithm, the back end and then the front end of how all of this platform works. And after that, then you post your content and then you start sharing it across your other social media platform, because you cannot do content without sharing. Nobody will come and watch. Maybe people don't even go to YouTube. So how will you divert them? Yes, drive them back to YouTube. And then you're doing that to leave a legacy, to make an impact. So you need people to watch your content, and you need to be patient as well.
So I mean, speaking of dragging people to social media or what you do, content creation, the success of it comes with viewership. The success of it comes to people knowing that you are there, this is what you do, this is what you create, and people should be okay and be hungry for more to come to your page. So how are you able to navigate? Would you say since you've started till now, there's been a massive progress when it comes to followership on social media, and financially, has it started rewarding you?
Well, okay, let me start with the viewership. At first, I was so obsessed with viewership because, okay, I'm thinking of the money, this and that. Immediately I wake up in the morning, I'll check my videos. Did I get some views? Did I do this? Did I do that? But then, along the way, I learned one thing. One thing is, you think of your audience. You think of the message, the value in your content, and let go of the viewership. The viewership will come after you give value. People always come for value. So now I can go a week without even checking my analytics, whatever. I don't even care. Is my audience getting value out of the content I'm making? And there's my massive improvement because on my YouTube I have over 1,000 views, and then on my Facebook, all of my platforms, like I'm getting a lot of engagement and audience. And talking about the reward, well, that is why I told you content creation, you have to be patient. It has a threshold for you, like it has this shall I say a criteria that you have to follow. So for now, I'm not getting anything out of all of the platform, but I'm getting it somewhere.
I mean, that's one of the beauties of
because the more you put yourself out, the more people will know you have something. You have something that they will come. Service that you can provide.
Of course. So and you become like a face of something, an advocate of, and all of that.
Exactly.
So apart from what you do, one of the things you made mention of is how much you push and thrive to give back to the community. So do you see yourself say laying a kind of an easy foundation for younger people out there that want to go through storytelling using content creation, especially in the northern part of Nigeria where we do not have enough of it, and even people who are really into content do not really understand how to give value when it comes to content creation?
Yes, we do that. The reason why I say we, because I have a bit of community, like a tech community where all of us have a responsibility to share. Sometimes we do live videos, sometimes we do tutorials, and there are amongst us that have courses in both English and Hausa that will help you navigate around content creation and video editing. And we always push that for young people. Any opportunities that we see out there that will benefit young people, we push it for young people to gain. And I want to add up to what I made mention about the this thing, viewership, and then getting something out of the platform. Content creation is very broad and diverse, and then our own audience here, they prefer entertainment more than education. So if to say you as a person, you want to make an impact through educational content, and then you're not patient enough, you're seeing people that someone that started 2 months ago will start cashing out, and you start 2 years, you're still there. If you're not patient, you start deviating. Yes, the main purpose, the main mission, your own mission and vision, you start deviating from that. So if you are someone that wants to do content around education, around awareness, please don't. Just be patient, because you think of the value, think of the legacy. And don't deviate from your own goal. like your own end goal.
Yeah.
And
So how quickly, how do you navigate, the ever-changing technology? Because every day there's new. I mean, you just made awareness of AI, and we all know how it
Yes.
keeps evolving.
Yeah.
How are you able to navigate through that swift changes?
You learn. Yes.
It's like you learn the hard way.
You learn the hard way, because when I started a podcast before, we don't have Spotify in Nigeria, and I have to change. I have to change and start YouTube. And immediately I started YouTube, TikTok started thriving. And you need to, if they see you on TikTok, you are doing something different.
Yeah.
So you have to find yourself, try to push yourself to your own audience on TikTok. I don't do Instagram, but I have to do Instagram because I need to share my message across. And then before you script alone, or you script with your friends and brainstorm and whatever. Now we have different AI. We have ChatGPT, we have Gemini that will help you.
No, that will make people lazy and less creative.
No, it's not lazy. Trust me, AI is here to stay, but then you need to be creative around using AI. If you say you will not use ChatGPT or Gemini, and someone using ChatGPT or Gemini will transpass you at work and everything, because if you can't use it alone, you have to be creative around it.
Indeed.
So it's you as an individual need to find your way around all of these platforms. Yes, it's not like I will not use it because I have to stick to what I know.
Course.
No.
Of course. I mean,
yes.
I wish I could continue talking to you, honestly,
Thank
Suwaiba,
you.
but because of time, of course, we have to put a stop to the show. Thank you so much, Suwaiba Abdulrashed Iliyas,
It's my
content creator, for joining us today to dissect content creation in Nigeria.
It's my pleasure.
All right. And with that, of course, we've come to the end of Daybreak Extra. Please do stick around. At the top of the hour, Adeni Ajishafe will bring you the Sport Weekend. I am Summayya Abubakar. Do have a lovely weekend. Bye.